Good morning, Elton Cryderman, Canadian Pyro. Going on a road trip today. We're going to pick up some fireworks. We're headed out to Brantford, one of the best places I've found for wholesale fireworks, for consumer fireworks. It's about a 45-minute drive from where we are now, and we'll be meeting up with Jeff, who's the owner of Max Power Fireworks, and so let's get going. So we got in touch with Jeff. We're on the way to his warehouse now. We should be there in about 30 minutes. I'm getting pretty excited. Looking forward to picking up all the fireworks that we've ordered. Anyway, so we found it, 5 Edmondson Street in Brantford. So we're going to head in now and meet up with Jeff and pick up the fireworks. Anyway, so we're here at Max Power Fireworks, and I'm going to run through a bunch of different fireworks here and explain what they do. But first, I want to introduce the owner of the store here. It's Jeff, and he's been really generous and allowed me to come in, so thank you very much, Jeff.
No problem at all.
And how long have you been doing this for, Jeff?
This is our 8th year.
8th year?
Yeah.
And how do you do the prices?
You know, we don't have a lot of overhead. This is my office. I own the business here, and we just try to take the prices as low as we can to make a little bit of money and pass most of the savings on to the customer. Well,
that's really great. Well, I've driven all the way down from Ottawa this weekend to do this, so obviously it's worth it to me. So check it out, maxpowerfireworks.com, I believe. Is that correct?
Yep.
Okay. So what I'm going to do now, I'll let Jeff escape, and I'm going to run through what these different fireworks do. If you've ever wondered what things do and how do they work, I'm going to very quickly explain. Of course, everything has a fuse. Don't light it until you want it to go bang. So we're going to start from sort of small to big here. So these are spinners. Basically, they shoot sparks and they spin. You're going to want to nail it to a post or a tree or something like that. Light it and get out of the way. Next up, for again small effects, air bombs and that sort of thing. Basically, they shoot something 20-30 meters into the air and it makes a loud report, a loud crack, sounds kind of like a gunshot. They're fun to get people's attention, and if you want to have people know that these things are about to start, that's a good way to do it. Next, we have fountains. So fountains, it's pretty much what it sounds like. Think sort of like a water fountain, except for it's going to be sparks and colors and little cracks and pops, that sort of thing. Something like this Diwali fountain, for example, will probably shoot things about 10 or 15 feet high. A larger fountain like this, O Canada, might put them as high as 20 or 25 feet. And again, you'll get a variety of crackles and effects. Next over here we have mortars. Mortars are single shots, so they may look pretty big, but you're only going to get one effect out of it. So again, typically a smaller mortar like this, let's take a little look. It says mid-level. It says 35 meters actually, so that one's pretty good. So that's about 100 feet up. And some of the bigger ones might go 120 to 150 feet in height. It'll be one effect, maybe a peony or a flower or a chrysanthemum, something like that. Good for a single effect, but not going to give you a long-lasting display. In terms of multiple shots, the base, the entry level, is the Roman candle. This one, for example, shoots 12 colored balls, and they'll just be one at a time. But if you want something kind of Roman candle-ish, but again doing a lot more effects, you can get into what's called a barrage. So this one here, for example, Diablo, it runs for about 30 seconds, and it's going to put about 50 or 60 shots up in the air in that 30-second period, and it'll have multiple effects. So that can be a lot of fun, get a lot of different things going on at once. Then we move into the cakes. Cakes range in size. I actually forgot to grab out a little small one, but little ones will maybe be 6, 7, 8 shots. The big ones, oh actually thanks, Jeff's going to hand me one in. So this one here, for example, is called Symphonic. It actually has 16 shots. It's about $5. And it's going to put up, it's kind of like a Roman candle, but it's going to shoot it a bit faster and make some more noise than a Roman candle will as well. But you can see in comparison to something like a 007 or Red, White and Awesome, it's not going to be that big of an effect. Then we have two types of cakes. We have square cakes and fan cakes. So fan, it's pretty much what it sounds like. It's going to shoot things out on an angle. So you're going to get a wider coverage of the sky for the effect. Whereas something like this, it's going to put it pretty much straight up. And then there's a variety of effects. Most of the time the fireworks say what the effects are on top of them, but personally I'd recommend going and checking out the videos either on YouTube or on the various websites. Then you can see exactly what's going on. The fan cakes, typically they're going faster, they're shooting things more quickly. So you'll see a lot of fan cakes are only going to last you about 20-25 seconds. Whereas the square cakes, They can last upwards of a minute, but I would say on average they're going to be about 30-35 seconds. So you're going to get about 10 or 15 seconds more out of the cake. In terms of how much you're getting into things, in terms of actual effect and explosives, the maximum in Canada is 200 grams of explosive material. So that's what these larger cakes will have, is about 200 grams of effect. These little guys, of course, will have a lot less. So that's about it for now. We're going to load up the car with all the goods that I'm taking home. Really excited. And thanks again to Jeff for letting us be here today.